Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Abuzanfo enkomo twetwe bi ekopie so kopie mu wo eye Joy News ane na emu ye de papa enkomo yi efa eye owura Jakpa ena owura Godfred dame ye nyina nim se ono ena ye attorney general ena owura ato Forson na enkomo no se mo ankasa mu ni ba bia me kasa no eko eye nansen ensensem bi a akopiem ya ye nyina yinim se Godfred dame a woye AG ode owura ato Forson na woye minority leader AG na court din se opeso ojeli no adintira o se wa bokro no anase wa magana ahwere sika ani enti o chinatum na mepese ye ko se mo ankasa munim ni kosiye eye kwan a wo fa so frɛ the third accused na nko pese or bribe no like o shen kutupa na nko mo koma dwene bom na che se mo ka eye ato Forson tum munim se no kore ne de boni bia nu a waye na so yemfa kwan mi so nka ne hyem na onko da afiase na wo no yen settle free na nyame ya adoma papa yi sanso ye no kodifo nti o ye se da bi me de mempene meka no kore ama no kore no aye ode hye na obdi tape ebeto abonten eno ena eye Joy News eye senior journalist we no mo maben ena omoto ho no mo pensem na interestingly enyoma bi koso wo mo nkomodie no nsem bi piepie na mpese ye kone ekutie anse na be comment so subscribe to PENDREAM TV na we like video no edi amai na wa pushy video no so share ema afoforo so e other platforms so wo adwenkyere bi a mepacho wo hwe na wo de ato comment section no ase e de amai social media handles ni na PENDREAM TV ba Facebook a PENDREAM TV Ghana mepacho yenko na yenko tie information emra sesia.
Because when you say survive this, what are you talking about? What are you surviving? There is a court of public opinion conviction. True. Which in this case actually is even more profound, more substantive, has far-reaching implications than what the court may pronounce. When the court pronounces a judgment of this matter, somebody will go to jail. Yeah. Now, my point I'm making with the court of public opinion is that if that person goes to jail, then the two people may go to jail, right? Yeah. Either Jakpa or both. Or both, yeah. Or both, yeah. Right? The court of public opinion, based on the opinion people have formed on this, if the judge, and that's why the judge was warning them in court when they went there 2 days ago, if the judge convicts them, there's a huge segment of society that believe this trial is untenable. And that this what we've heard in the public domain should lead to a mistrial. Yeah. And that the Attorney General hasn't got enough evidence against his Ato Forson and just hell-bent on getting him in there. And so he's trying to get the other guy to
and these are not the NDC people.
Say it. That's the point I'm making. We have level-headed, right-thinking members of society. Academics, yes.
Professor Apeje, yes. Guy Simmons, sorry. And let's be clear, Asai has been MPP for God knows how long.
Yeah.
He really became MPP. He has been MPP for a very long time. And the kind of level that the people have joined there basically sided with the NDC's argument for this one. See, it's a very tough case. It's a case, I've not seen a single case that played out in the public domain more than this particular one. In the last few days, it is a case that will make or make the Attorney General.
Yeah.
One, even if he wins the case, there are some that will never forget this tape and this content. There are some people that will believe that there's, in fact, I heard somebody say that the only way this becomes win-win is when, even if you discontinue the case today, why did you embark on such a prosecution in the first place? It's a question that you have to seriously answer. Now, I think they have put the Attorney General in a very difficult corner.
Extremely.
In fact, I've not seen any Attorney General that has been put in such a difficult corner. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
In Tattoo-Chika's case, they formed Free Tattoo Movement.
Yeah.
I don't have a difficulty with that. But do you know they were not so much interested in taking on their Attorney General? They were taking on the judge, Justice Harriet Aban, yeah. And also even the president and the government.
Time, yes.
They didn't single out the Attorney General.
No.
But in this case, it's as if people are forgetting. I see the Attorney General went to the frolic of his own to select and target an individual.
Yeah.
They are so focused on him and his actions. And you know, they don't even say government sat somewhere and concocted and decided to come and do this. It's almost as if Godfred is the one that's the target here. So whichever way it goes, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
And that's where the difficulty is. See, if court finds that the two should go to jail, or one of them should go to jail, it is dangerous to have more than 50% of this population saying that, this was unjust prosecution in the first place, including Canada Japan.
Yeah.
Way back then, not even when the controversy started today, he has always maintained that this is not worth pursuing. Let's not get it wrong. And to force has even sued Canada Japan before. So it's not this, it's not the best offense. It's not somebody who may like him or actually come to his aid or even talk to him about anything. So it is a very, very tough one for the Attorney General. I am not sure how he's more likely to deal with this matter.
Yeah.
I mean, I have also not in my life seen any Attorney General being put on the spotlight like Mr. Dami has been put on the spotlight in the last few days. And I must say, I'm also worried about the level of defense being put up by even his own people.
Yeah.
I mean, Parliament. When the minority said that they wanted to censor him, I've been looking, I've been going through, I've been asking for majority MPs to speak. Some of you promised me that I would speak. They ended up refusing to speak in the first place. Did you get anybody to speak to it? I up to now have not got anybody on the majority side to even say that this is a bogus petition, this is a bogus quest, and this is a bogus pursuit. Not one person. Not a single individual. Yeah. I call MPs who will say, I've not been appointed to speak. But these are people who speak without any appointment to speak on this matter. That is the difficulty here. I hope you are getting my point.
Of course.
So I'm not getting, of course, party MPP, director of legal, and even national organizer have all been speaking consistently about the matter. But I was expecting that when the matter had moved to Parliament, parliamentarians, if not at all, would hold and defend their own, that the minority is throwing its weight behind the minority leader. I do not see a similar robust defense of the position and the very things that are being said about, at least on the quest to censure him. On Kenefurata, you have people, even though there were majority people who were leading the struggle along the line, you have people in majority still come out finally to say that, no, he has done wrong. We cannot support him with nothing, he has done anything. There is bogus and all of that. I am yet to see anybody in the last almost 24 hours since the minority said, this is something we are starting on June 11th. I've yet to see anybody on the majority side say, we will not allow you come anywhere near attempting to censure the Attorney General. What is the difficulty?
Also maybe because they haven't begun the process. It's just been moved.
Well, maybe it's too early. Yeah.
But again, I want to return. The question you haven't really answered. So who will survive? Who survives?
Who survive?
Who survived the fallout?
In fact, I want to
survive the fallout.
It's a very difficult question to answer.
Because you see, if you're looking at it in the context of the trial, in fact, if you look at it in the context of the trial, if you look at it in the context of court of public opinion, I believe Forson and Jakpa, I believe Forson survives. Forson survives in the context of public opinion.
Yeah.
I believe Forson survives. Because when I was listening to the tape and I'm thinking, because the part where Attorney General was asking to be educated about LCs, which is really at the heart of his case against Forson, was I felt very uncomfortable.
It sounded strange.
Yeah, I felt very uncomfortable.
I mean, do you know what I thought? Maybe he's trying to woo the man. Speaking more. Because really, if it is the position, after commencing this case for God knows that you really don't understand the crux of your case against the opponent, it's a bit strange. I mean, but you see, sometimes we also make some of these mistakes. LC is at the core of financial regulation and financial transaction.
Yeah.
He can be a lawyer who has absolutely no idea how financial transactions complete.
No, but he's an LC.
Yes, I get you. See, some of these things, they may have complex legs. That may be difficult for people to, but I will know that he will be advised properly. You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, that's why I suspect that maybe he was wooing the man.
That his Attorney General has finished his case.
Yeah. And made all the arguments
making his case.
Personal to that.
So he should either he prosecuted that case based on a misunderstanding of the document he had.
Or he was tricking the man.
Or he was tricking the man and baiting the man to say no.
Yes.
Okay.
Or basically let him know what his plan is. Because the strategies that work.
But remember, this has played out in the public domain. When I listen to
the interpretation of
yes, when I listen to
some people write on Facebook, why Attorney General doesn't understand.
Exactly. And I felt uncomfortable. I'm like, AG doesn't quite get it.
Yeah.
Is it because he's so hell-bent on prosecuting the guy, so he wants a certain narrative that backs his... in academia, when we are making an argument, you can choose which argument. Even when you acknowledge that there's a superior argument that may counter yours, you deliberately ignore that and just make your case. Just make your case.
There's a general theory in law saying you either argue the facts or argue the law.
Yeah.
So you can select the facts surrounding LCs and the possibility and the possible loopholes can explore, and to suit a certain case against the person. That's without doubt. In fact, that's why you're presenting a case for an independent person to judge which of the arguments weight here based on the facts available. If you do that, I still gave him the benefit of that. I won't lie to you.
That's what you know.
No, I would think it would be quite
extremely strange.
Yes,
bizarre, actually.
Yes, because at the core, even because he basically put his credibility on the line in this case.
Yeah, I mean it's
of all the options.
Everything is writing on.
Of all the options available to you in this world, he still pursued this matter, and he's pursuing the matter right from the beginning. You remember the first time they issued this thing and said summons have been issued at Forson is going to do. He responded, pointing out mistakes in the letter, talking about how they are persecuting and their plans to persecute him. There was back and forth between the two sides. Right from that end, you could see that today it was not even Jakpa's Attorney General's interest, but it is taking on Forson.
That is why I'm saying that if you ask the question, which we are asking tonight, that who survives, on the evidence of the tape and the evidence in the WhatsApp messages, Forson survives in the court of public opinion.
That's true.
In the court of public opinion.
That's true.
The AG does not.
That's the problem.
The AG does not.
And merely saying it is concocted does not...
Doesn't at all.
That does not wash it down in any way.
That second part, even the MPP hasn't quite addressed it yet.
Yeah.
The part that relates to the excuse duty.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen people... In fact, the best explanation I've heard people suggest? That there's a part of the tape that appeared to have been taken out.
That the man admitted he wasn't well. And I said, okay, then go ahead.
Even that. Why? It's Attorney General and Counsel of the gentleman.
Yeah.
Is his advisor. I mean, see, there's something uncomfortable, generally uncomfortable about the entirety of this particular engagement. Unless this tape was truly 100% doctored. And up till now, see, it is your case against my case. The first statement or the first letter from the Attorney General said there has no video recording of the begging of Forson. The NDC came out and gave it 24 hours to release that video. How many days have we done? We have not seen any video.
So you agree that Forson survives? AG
even if he's actually jailed, to many people, this may look like we targeted him. We wanted him.
He was wrongly convicted.
Yes, we have done everything to get him. To put him in jail.
So that is how I see it in the court. But if you go to the court of competent jurisdiction, the AG will survive. But that is dependent on, now we know that lawyers for Forson are about to file a process in court asking the judge to set up a mini trial next week on this particular matter of the tapes. Now, if the judge considers that favorably and that process begins,
Asamaba.
I tell you again, the court of competent jurisdiction may not survive.
That's also problematic.
Because you see,
now I can get away with it is doctored.
Yeah,
but yes, it's not doctor. You can't lie there.
The whole different conversation. You see, and knowing the judge superintending over this matter, absolutely no nonsense.
Yes,
and she doesn't care who asks God. She doesn't care who's the Attorney General. She doesn't care who's the minority leader. She's going to look strictly at the facts and what the law says on the matter. So, in fact, if you really want a judge to sit on a matter if you're Attorney General. No, if you're Attorney General, in a mini trial, in a matter in which you're accused of asking a man you're prosecuting to falsify an excused duty. Yeah. Right? You don't want Asayi Boche. Because she's going to look at the thing purely, strictly on the evidence, on the facts, on the law. And I think she's one of the very few that I know, having followed her case, who is like that. Yeah. Even within the judiciary, she's feared. Yeah. Within the judiciary, among judges. Yeah. Because you don't go to her with
very respected.
Very respected.
Yes.
You don't go to her with your nonsense.
That's true.
No. You don't go to her with your nonsense.
Me hope say in some microphone you can ever judge no ho sa na otie and she can stand her grounds. If said your musi ejini di no say sa na otie pa and yeah, praise the Lord. I am hoping say this kind of discussion no maame no obeti ana judge oti asem no so obeti, because you see amanyo sam ne ye no ene yi nipa nkwa asem e nipa abrabo nipa ena ye deal with enti say ye foul as a judge a wo ye nyankopon e de ma nipa wo dani nyankopon enu nti ne ba e ka my lord meaning say wo ye nyame at that moment enti say ye show sa atade na and now this position no emma wa who a serious responsibility at also enti de bia no e was say ugina no kore afa enti said your mo kan say no kore pa say woman na mo kan wansa wo ye straight and ono no onfa ho say wo na wo ye president wo na wo ye de be ono de bia ne nsam e ko direct there then ye be headi bisi
I called before.
Oh, I have to. I mean, for
you have to manage your movement.
For a very long time, I was 5 years. I was a court correspondent. Yeah. And she's traveled through the process.
Yes.
She's appeals court, high court. Yeah. So I'm saying that when they put in this process, requesting for a mini trial, that opens up a whole different avenue that puts the Attorney General in the spotlight.
And he may be on trial in a matter that is supposed to be the one doing a trial.
He then becomes the guy who is being tried.
How is that even possible? That the prosecutor is now being prosecuted.
Yeah. But you see, that is why I say if we go to the court of competent jurisdiction, now that we know that this petition is going to go, application is going to go, requesting for this, again, I don't see how the Attorney General. Maybe he may survive at the end, because again, court of competent jurisdiction, you have to again up to Forson and Co. and Jakpa
submit facts.
Now that recording again, the admissibility will become an issue.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Secretly recorded without his permission. You know that.
Of course, I mean,
you know the
whether or not it's justice and whether or not it's it goes against evidence rules and all that.
Yeah.
But effectively, if that process goes through and that process can also store the process. Let's not forget that judge said, I'm giving my judgment somewhere in the next 2 or so months. That's what she said in the last time. And I'm ready, if in 2 months, to end this particular matter. So we should actually do what is right. This drags it further down the line. Attorney General is supposed to be busy with other businesses too. Now, they are tying his legs and hands into a case that he's already concluded is part of it. And just waiting for Jakpa to finish. Because there used to be 3. And Attorney General dropped the former chief director of the Ministry of Health, Ani Mama or Ani Nana or something like that. So it will go to that element too. I just hope that this does not... See, I frankly do not care about whether or not Godfred does not survive. I'm worried about the rippling effect if indeed it affects even judges like the judge of the Supreme Court mentioned this one too.
I mean,
that touches the core of our judiciary.
From everything else I've heard and seen, I spoke to Adam Bonner on the Express, who is a relative of Jakpa, the Supreme Court judge in question. And from everything that he said, it's going to be difficult to sustain in the case against. And again, the evidence also available. Remember that the evidence we've seen so far is a phone call. The judge wasn't there
Not
at all.
the meeting.
No, exactly. It's supposed to happen.
Yes.
which the initiator of that call was Attorney General.
That's true.
Right, and so that for me, and then of course, Jakpa mentions the Supreme Court judge in it that they met. But again, the WhatsApp that has been produced,
by the NDC.
Yesterday I heard Nana B say they also have the original WhatsApp messages, except that they haven't put it out.
Surprisingly.
So again, my position is that,
and even the video.
Yes. My position is that I'm only going with the evidence I've seen. The WhatsApp message also says that it is when Jakpa requested to meet the AG, it is the AG who then, as you see, said, let's meet in your brother's house. Okay. And of course, Jakpa is the Supreme Court judge's cousin, and I understand that that's where they go for family meetings, and so there's no evidence that he's even participated actively in a conversation other than the two of them sitting down. But this is definitely a matter of monumental proportions and monumental implications for the administration of justice. And my only faith, right? My only faith is in the Ifya. That's my only faith. I mean, I think we are blessed that in this highly charged, highly controversial matter, it's her who's superintendent of the matter.
And it may also be the only Hail Mary the Attorney General has.
Yeah.
So that, no matter how this goes, nobody's going to say that, well, I mean,
yeah. If she delivers the judgment,
and it may cover, it may protect, it may be, if it doesn't go in the favor of the Attorney General, I personally believe that would be the end of Godfred. People will even tomorrow be asking, the other cases he has dealt with.
What happened there?
Yes, what happened there? We probably check all of those things to see whether the right thing was done, whether he lived up to his oath, and also the code of conduct of the office that he's supposed to be occupying. All of these things will frankly not look good at all.
And there's something I need to say though, because Attorney General, before now, really has been one of the most productive ones.
Yeah, especially with smooth sailing.
Yeah, one of the very productive. In fact, even this plea bargaining thing, he is the man who carved and led the process to pass the legislation for the first time for us to have a legal regime, a legal framework around it, right? So this is definitely not good for him. And
his reputation.
And his reputation. And the reputation, obviously, of the government by extension. That's why the NDC has been holding MPP has been holding a press conference on this. Listen, and I see many of you watching. Can you imagine how many people are watching?
No, I'm just looking at it. But I've seen 845. Which
I want to read a few of the messages, right? Before you wrap up, Richard, Nana, Chrissy Williams says you wish, but the fact says otherwise. Rex Akambi says another hatchet man of the MPP in the passing of myself, he says, is trying to water down the magnitude of the case. He hardly speaks the truth when against the MPP.
In all fairness, I'm not sure he's been watching this conversation.
No, he's not been.
Yeah, in all fairness.
He hasn't been watching.
I'm sure pre-conception came in.
Yeah, he hasn't. Rex hasn't been watching.
It's very possible can watch something without hearing it.
No, yes.
Yeah, it's very possible.
He hasn't been watching this case.
I watch Chinese movies that way.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand.
I'm just waiting for the fight. That's exactly what has happened to him. We've said, he said, what in the magnitude of the case? We said that this case is as a monumental.
Yes, in fact.
Monumental. So I don't know which one you're watching. And then this one, Patrick says, name Nana is very, okay, well. Mohammed says, why in a hurry to give judgment? Adama says, intellectual conversation, you don't give conclusive submissions like you are on the judge. Well, we know the judge. We know, I have covered the courts quite extensively.
Yes.
He has too. I don't know if you have.
Yes.
Right? We are basing our conclusions on what we know of her work.
And you can ask lawyers too.
Yeah, just ask the lawyers.
Call a couple of lawyers and ask them. And ask even judges if you know any.
Yeah. Godi says, Dami and most MPP lawyers win cases mostly because of their, well, he says unethical. We don't have any evidence, but that's your opinion behind the scenes. It is your modus operandi. Rex against this, the soul see the magnitude of the case, which injustices of the judicial. How many more innocent people have suffered? That's the point you're making. That's the question you're making. Dumevi says, why not rather get the money back than targeting Ato to jail? That's another question that really is begging an answer. And the MPP says the reason why it was rejected because Big C is not party to the case. But again, Big C
is the beneficiary of the money. Is it the one that actually was supposed to bring us there?
And subsequently, from what I've heard,
Yes.
Jakpa says he adopted the Big C position.
That's true.
You know, what really is keeping Gregory focus still behind bars? Jakpa has made the AG Jakpa. Okay, and that's Sunny. Hamza says the evidence is clear that the dummy goofed. Motos Kia says MPP is dangerous political party association in Ghana. Nana Edu says I agree that all previous cases prosecuted by dummy has to be relooked. Ohini says as the AG cross-examine Mr. Jakpa, wait till he does that. And I'm looking forward to that.
That's true.
And I'm really, if this is for me, this is the reason why
they go into that.
Huh?
Would he go into that?
But he said it in court. And from what I understand, the judge said it should be put in the records. So when he gets his chance, you have to cross-examine him on that.
Really?
You think it's not in his way to do so?
See,
because remember, once the judge says, including the record, it will be part of the evidence we should evaluate.
Yes.
Because the testimony of the witness in the dock is evidence.
It has to be impeached. If it's not impeached successfully,
then it goes in successfully.
It's factual.
So he has no choice. Now, when he gets his opportunity to cross-examine and bring this thing up,
okay, maybe then he'll show videos.
Maybe.
If there are videos.
But the videos aren't about Jakpa. It's about Forson. It has nothing to do with the accusation.
No, I get you, but maybe, in federal stuff, what did the attorney general then say that I had?
But he raised a very important point.
But why did he say that he had one?
He is damned if he cross-examines him.
Yeah.
He is damned if he doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. In all of this, I think that the attorney general does not come out looking good at every length.
No, but he can cross-examine him. I mean, he will raise a few things about maybe the 26 minutes.
Yeah,
they say the thing is 26 minutes and they record only 60 minutes.
But it's easy to bring out the rest.
No, but also, what if, from what the NDC explained, only started recording, so the call started, he didn't know what the was calling him.
Yes.
And when he heard it's when he began recording, so when he ended. That's what the account for.
Okay.
And he didn't start from the very onset of the call coming through. I don't know.
Remember, sometime we had to determine the authenticity of a tape.
Yeah.
We had to send. It was the Kofi Bato one.
Yeah.
Remember, we had to send Professor Kofi Adekum to follow the tape.
Yeah.
So is it UK or US to go and do proper analysis of it.
Okay, so we let's wrap up. I've not seen many of you very interested in this matter.
A few of them here. This one said, look at this face journalist. Please speak the facts. The AG is a shame to the country and the judicial system. That is your fact that you want us to say. All right. Anyway, that's from Aritobi Cloud something. Oh, this one said, these are the journalists that brought Ghana into this problem we are facing. So, which are the problems? With respect, are we the ones who went to court? Mm-hmm. Are we the ones who are asking the Attorney General to go to court? Are we the ones who are defending the Attorney General? Were we in the call? Were we in the conversations? Are we representing any of the parties in the case? So I'm not sure which problem you are actually talking about now.
Okay. I mean, once you criticize, there's somebody who has some good things to say about you. It says, Evans and Co. Today is one of my best shows. A political submission by you and Aqua.
Oh, okay. This one says, Charlie, guys, you guys are doing great. Kofi McDonald is the one saying so here. Oh, yeah, it's always not supposed to be. If we're to be an election, we will be winning.
you wish. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yo, abusia for NT and Koma, a cofa bremo, our joy news, so no, and no, Anna, yedi abeto honomono, and common de Wankasa Monitria, and Cofono or my faith in Semumu papa, and ye, or my broom, ama Miankasa and Metian Muse, yes, no credit ye, ubi obet Janaba Biaka they were being biased or whatever, no, the menino and yardine, and Cofono or more cow margine, or more cow margin, or much of margine. Emu bia hu say ansam na omo ka no nokre eye fact e na omo ka ade ane de se wo hwemu a de empa na kire se eye friend say Godfred dame de na kire se obedi nkunimu o sa asem. In fact, Godfred Odame has to be prosecuted. I was say you're prosecuting because well or minor animasi. Well gu adwuma lawyer adwuma no animasi. In fact, what should I say? Well ye oman bofo. Well ye dangerous. Onipa any kwan say ka ye di tumi krampo anase position bi krama no Ghana ha. Said your mokam. court of public opinion there yabu an for that na mum court of competent jurisdiction no eya na enyoma bebre na ekoso wo ho no enyoma bebre ekoso wo ho no ebi ena eye Godfred dame aye ama nne nyame apa no ho ntoma no cause omutimi fa kwati kwan bebre so essay obi case fa kwan bebre so edintro bokro no corruption ekoso ewo case na chi tubu hu say ebeba court no ya be ka sam to ka oto a wodwene ho a wonte ase na obisa wo ah dey empa na ekoso nti lawyers yi ana judges yi omodwene enye omu enyoma akoso behind no you have no idea. Yes, you have no idea. So the akoso sesi a wankasa wodi wani ahu bi ati ase enti no ebeye me nwanwa se ebeye wo a wo hwe me no nwanwa se enne Ghana Supreme Court etumi ba out beka se so obi ewo eye birth certificate it does not make him a Ghanaian, it does not qualify the person to be a Ghanaian. Aji se nipa no kuta passport and I say aji se nipa no kuta Ghana card eno ene be ma nipa no aye Ghana ni. Can you imagine obusafo sa ruling na e buy it should tell you say enyoma ekoso Ghana ha no influences bi a ewo akiri a efko judges in China and you have no idea because one is saying na ambe say enne na Ghana see a be and demonstrate that being qualified would be as a Ghanaian yasi ji se nipa no kuta passport and ase okuta Ghana card enti wo Ghana ni bia woni Ghana card no nya Ghana ni o meanwhile Ghana card na ye ka ho asem sisi ya Ghana card no ewo expiry date Ghana card no ewo expiry date enti si ye the Ghana card no ma na say expiry date no eche no the hours and make the seconds the hours the seconds, the minutes, the hours, the days, the weeks, the months, the years. And in Pendodoa, o de bakwa kutwa foforo no, se bia ewune. Na bia chena. Wantumi ankutwa, ana bia adwuma ne wokoba ne ho ade ade nti wantumi ankutwa foforo. Na it take you be 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, ana months, ana a year. Before someone sabe count Ghana card na ekire say sa abre ni mu nyina no onye Ghana ni. Yes, because me nim wiase mu ha any legitimate country a obetumi aka kire so ono ne citizenship anase ne citizenry no oman no amanfo wom citizenry of a person no has an expiry date. Expire this also could travel for minti bida minti bia bakosem da say a mouth like we a Ghana ni anaso we krum like or mind be suni na say ye de if any saying say we o mind be suni a sa wo mind na we ye suni no your expiry date e che wo mind yon like man ye ni no ye wo expiry date e ka no anti say 10 years no so a say days dodo any month dodo abet o de betwen ahwehwe card no say me meti ha yi me ATM card I'm used for one of my banks I expire more than 3 or 4 months me nya time enkoye nti ene ebia e saying mobile banking ni na me use bank account me need time me sorry me need time me cover sa anti me need time a metimi dia ko tena say me ko apply for new one enti se me mfa na say senka eno eye me qualification or something that can qualify me to be a Ghanaian. Eti kabeye 3 months or 4 months ni a me nsa nyanka eye me card no ana me nkotwa me card no foforo no saa 3 months na 4 months ni nyina no menye Ghana ni o menye Ghana ni eno ena a Supreme Court of Ghana timi tenase e declares ade a new wusam say birth certificate a moment me identify will be and qualify will be as a citizen. Name I just say Ghana card, something that can expire. We European truck emani abushafo. We munina na sa attorney general yi ena na udi sa ansem wechi. So you can imagine. You can imagine the echoes. Chrono katashe dream ne proye ne kankan and yet ya say institutions nyina na opemu nankasa ne sabi odi kan ono opemu na ono da lawyers nyina no ono na sabi oye comfortable mo eye Godfred ame ono opemu nankasa hwede akoso corruption nipa bone for sem se ufa phone ni obi plan se yenya no ni ema obi ho nche no na mema wo like mema wo mfa ho kudi all because like parliament wono mo no o kasati amo anase oyobi amone no efa adwen bi a emfa money no konakra na enko mo pesa mo kone nanka mo timini ne ye business emfa na mo eye 50-50 ninti no and ye emfa kwa mi so ne ente NDC for fence and numbers no so na why na ka kire wo say sempo mo jeli na sa city no ye kwose ye kwoto aba mo MPP for na mbesa wi who why na ka sa why na to sa na sesem no kire mo je say mwanwa what do I say? Mwanwa. But MPP for to sa na monwi. Ye hwe o mo soso e wukrum ha no mo di tu. Ya me onhu mu nyina momobo. Yes, ya me onhu momobo. Na akwa we die Ghana fo ye nyina ye kan ya adwene mom. Na akwa we ye njeli no. Yes, because we di nyamransem by now senka Ghana yo man papa bi anka by now e was say abranti ana papa yi no enka was say wa resign that but said ye kan kuro say ya na tie why ne be ka abekwa akobone chemso why ne be kwa kutunufu why be kwa kutunufu obi antimi kutunufu bi antimi ko kan chere ne say on resign obetina makufu ado ne be ka chere no dabi akufu ado dabi na adwuma no oye ma onya akufu ado say ya ne be kono aha PENDREAM TV meso so be subscribe to your channel no subscribe button no ene wo nsa nifa so e wa ase ho no pato ade kokko na wo nsa atim so na wa like video no e dia my click like button no so e wo video no ase e fa my wi an wa share video no akọ other platforms so me pato wa dwinkyire bi a fato comment section no ase your social media platforms no nyina so PENDREAM TV oba ba bi PENDREAM TV oba Facebook PENDREAM TV Ghana pato follow yen ewo honom na yintumi emfa Ghana and someone ekoso hanom emfa emrew PENDREAM TV yese edamu yopo
Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV de ose edam yopo